What's up? What's good? Wolf's here, and we have a brand new Final Fantasy VII Remake Tokyo Game Show trailer. There's some closed captions in this, so this is straight off from the Final Fantasy website. This one, I guess we're going to be seeing some Sephiroth, some of the other characters other than just Cloud and Tifa are going to be in this, but I think there's also some like mini game stuff. I seen a couple screenshots from Twitter, so I don't really know what to expect, but I do know that there's a couple things here and there. Hopefully you kind of like the little background I got going on in this video, but yeah. Let's get into this. So hopefully this is the English trailer, because I know the closed captions are on with this. If everybody starts talking Japanese, I'm gonna have to switch trailers real quick. Yeah, let's do this. Here we go.
Cloud, quickly! Barret!
Give me a break!
Jesse! Barret!
Where you been?
Oh, this is
Lay
when.
down some rubber.
Crank that throttle.
Okay, you got it.
Who's that?
A soldier.
Can't say this is quite what I had in mind when I asked for your help way back when.
The flashbacks Tifa talking about before
Feels
Cloud
like we're
left.
flying high these days.
Now, more than ever.
He's a keeper, all right.
Yeah.
I'll see myself
really?
in. Thanks. And who are you?
Now it's my turn!
Wow, he has like some Noctis tech. Jeez.
Hello, Aerith.
What do you want?
Wait a minute. Those eyes.
No way. It's like, so.
Corneo's got certain tastes.
Don't be shy, little kitten. Shimmy on over and give Daddy some sugar.
It'll be fine, right? After you.
You led us on a merry chase,
Aerith.
Shinra.
Got your little force right here!
The tower. Wow. Dude, turns him into a frog. What? We have the squat mini game is definitely going to be in this.
Shinra.
Now then, my dear sewer rats, henceforth allies of wicked Wutai, our sworn enemy.
Wutai! The hell we are!
You still don't understand your role in this.
So instead of him actually showing up, he's in hologram form? Okay. Major boss fight. Oh! So that's going to be the shithead you're going to be fighting multiple times throughout the whole thing. Ooh! First look at the summons. Reach for him! Yes! When they destroy the tower and everything. Oh. Sephiroth. Maybe? Nope. Okay. Oh no, this is after the plate falls and everything's destroyed. It's a new dawn. Art book, the mini soundtrack CD, which I know a lot of people from back in the day are gonna love that. Yeah, see. Okay. Yeah, I see your big dumb face. Alright, so we're gonna mute this and we are gonna play this in definite slow-mo. Half speed. Here we go. So, boy, right off the bat. So, as you can tell, I've actually played through FF7, like the beginning part of this, where a lot of this remake is going to take place in. So, it's basically from the very beginning to the bombing run, and maybe a little bit more than that. But as soon as they go on their adventure and Cloud kind of leaves Midgard, that's when this first game is going to end. That's what a lot of people are really come to the conclusion of. So I tried my hardest to play through most of that. I seen pretty much everything of it. Even the being on the motorcycles and the escape after the bombing happens and everything, the plate falling down, all that stuff. So yeah, this is so definitely what I'm seeing new on this is the spirits and everything that are flying around. I don't think that seems like it's something new. That wasn't really too prominent, but then again, it was, because Aerith sees spirits. Like, that's one of her like powers or gifts, is that she can see the spirits of the dead that are flying around and everything. That's how she tells her adoptive mother that yes, your husband is gone, because I talked to his spirit. So right here we see Jesse looking, very detailed. All the armors and everything. We're going from block armors to actual chest pieces and everything. It almost looks like it's like chainmail or something. No, it's Kevlar chainmail, right? Like Kevlar underneath for extra protection. A bodysuit underneath that. Multiple layers of just detailed armors going on. We have the the Ryu Hayabusa and also the Hayabusa freaking head wrap. Jeez. So now we see the bikes, the dirt bikes. Those are not the motorcycles that are in the bombing run. So this is going to be the dirt bikes that you're going to be using to escape away from the bombing. I'm very sure of it. I could be wrong on any of this stuff. But there you see. Oh, maybe it is. I guess it would be. I guess those are the bikes. Wow. We have Transformer enemies. See, yeah, okay, so this is the bike right here that I was thinking you were going to be using to escape out. I'm not even quite sure who that is, but this seems like it's a little bit later on in the game. So the events of the game might be shifted just a little bit. Because if I remember right, these two get locked up, like, way later on first disc, if not somewhere in the second disc, I think it was. I have been watching like a playthrough of the game, on and off. I've been watching streamers doing like quick playthroughs of it, and then playing through it myself a little bit. So Sephiroth, we get a quick glance at him. We see Cloud with the Buster Sword. You can't see the other side of it. Now you're seeing their eyes as the Mako energy that is surging through them. Sephiroth with his cat eyes. Now this is not quite sure what point in the story this would be. I know all the hardcore fans are gonna be yelling and going crazy about that, but definitely they just did the mission, or they just did a mission with Cloud, and they're trying to figure out if he's well enough to keep on or not. And Cloud's over there in the other parachute, and he's kind of getting accepted into the team, which is cool. This is Aerith's church, where the flowers are all growing and everything, and we finally first see Mr. Redhead boy. I can't remember what his name is, but terrible names, sorry. But he is like basically like Noctis in this with his powers wise and everything. So you can see one gem in Noctis's sword right there. So this is Noctis in Cloud's sword. Excuse me. I just said Noctis. My brain went there. So this is that's a good telling that this is definitely still going to be kind of early in the game. You don't have a whole lot of power-ups. You don't have a whole lot of unlockables done up and everything. So we're definitely going to have to be like scooting out of the way of different attacks and all that. Very Final Fantasy 15-ish vibes going on with that. This is the guy that's in charge of trying to find Aerith. And of course, Cloud's going to stick up and be like, "Hey, you ain't taking her. What now?" So can we go forward just a little bit? Now, he says that too. Look at his eyes. Once again, he knows that the Mako energy is going through Cloud. Cloud doesn't really realize at that point in the story, though. So we see her using a double-sided staff, and the scene, the very, very popular or very, very controversial scene, whichever way you go. This is that kind of the Great Gatsby scene where he's holding out the. But Cloud, he's got the fireworks going off in his head, and then we're gonna have to beat up Darn Kernier there. Now, one thing we're not seeing is Cloud in a dress. And also, the dress is kind of missing from Aerith and Tifa at this point. But they're like, "Come on, Cloud, we got this." Cloud looks to be... Is that handcuffs? No, it's not. All right. At first, when I first just watched this, I thought maybe Cloud had handcuffs on or something, like they're dragging him in there. So yeah, Aerith with the other little girl, and then he's going to be the main one from Shinra that is looking for the Ancients, which of course, Aerith is. And then we get into Shinra action. So the Shinra militia army, whatever you want to call them. Kind of. This is where, to me, it felt a lot like Final Fantasy 13. Was taking a lot of references from this part of the story. Which, if you know me, I actually kind of liked FF13. The first one I probably enjoyed the most with the high military action, or the high military references in it. I know it's kind of controversial a little bit. Now there you see he has 2 different upgrades on his sword, so that's a little bit further in. I'm kind of wondering, so that looks like the train is scanning everyone periodically to see if they're, I think it's, their biomechanics. Oh god. And then we have the whole mini games where you have to, so instead of hitting the button to where you squat, now we're going to have full-on mini games where we have to hit multiple buttons, probably doing rhythm and everything else to try and get the story quest done to get cross-dressing Cloud to happen. And oh boy, everybody, that's either going to be very controversial and make a lot of headline news, or people are just going to be like, yeah, that was in FF7. So Cloud being turned into a frog, that's something a little different than what I can remember seeing before. This is definitely cinematic, getting ready for a boss fight. Barrett looking very cool also, very detailed. Yeah, so this is one of the many mech boss fights that we're going to be going against. And instead of Big Bad Boss Man himself showing up in the flesh, we see a hologram of him talking. This kind of reminds me of DMC, Devil May Cry DMC there, where they were totally... Oh, what was it? Bill O'Reilly. They spoofed Bill O'Reilly. It reminds me a lot of that, like that boss fight there that they had, animation wise. So the whole platform. The platform actually looks smaller, in my opinion. Instead of like being like surrounded on the platform by giant robots, and then him coming out, he's literally just going to look down on you and laugh. And then, of course, that leads into another boss fight. And freaking Street Fighter Tekken character comes out to play. No, is that Red 13? That might be Red 13 actually. In like he goes from a dog to a human kind of form. So once again, the Noctis wannabe. Actually, he might have more power. Well, maybe not, because Noctis has a whole kingdom worth of power. So I'm gonna say he's a Noctis wannabe. There's gonna be so many people pissed about that. That was what the hell? That's a cool looking boss fight. A gladiator style boss fight like that, nice. And then we can see for the first time in Remake the summons. We have that is the water goddess, I think, something like that. And ice also, and yeah, I don't know how summons exactly are going to work in this. I hope that we do get them somewhat frequently, because FF15, I think I only saw the summons like maybe twice or 3 times. So I'd love to see that be a thing a little more often. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to be able to customize costumes at all in this game. I think the costumes look great. Tifa, did you just notice that right there? So Tifa has 1 gem of 2 slots. So absolutely the detail in the costumes. You're going to be able to see every single one of these gems and everything in the costumes as it's going. As you're running through, your characters are going to be looking even more shiny and shinier and shinier, because you're going to have more gems in more slots and everything else. So I'm kind of wondering if you customize. So this is why I'm saying, like, customize the costumes and everything, or the outfits that they're wearing. If you get different gloves, if you get the different swords, or whatever the case may be. I'm not quite sure if you get like a different sword for Cloud in the original version. That might be a mod thing, because you see a lot of the mod stuff nowadays. But definitely, if you switch up, like Barrett, you can give him a bigger gun. I'm pretty sure it was. You can give Tifa different the gloves and everything. So are you going to see, like on Barrett's gun, like slots on the side of his gun with more and more slots and more gems? I mean, your character is going to be looking like Thanos before he snaps. Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be very, very cool. Anyways, this video is going on for a while, and yeah, there's just a lot of information in this video to go over. And this was after the plate falls, after Shinra blows up everything and the plate falls, and they are just looking at their home like, whoa, there is nothing left. You can see the sunlight kind of coming over the horizon right there, just to set the mood of like, this really just happened. And this scene right here is a big reason why I say FF13 took so much reference from FF7, because this is very prevalent in FF13 also, like the sun rising and the characters all just kind of realizing the adventure that they're going through at the time, and and everything that they got to do still. So it's just this great atmosphere, story driven, the whole 9 yards of character building and everything. Classic Final Fantasy moment, and a great way to end this Let's Talk. So thanks for checking this out. You can catch me on the live streams on Twitch and social medias at Warwolf, Twitter and Instagram mainly. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And don't forget to hit the like if you like it. Share it around if you like it also. And definitely hit that subscribe button. That helps out a lot too. So, for all new videos coming soon, see ya next time.